Welcome to Really Old Movies. I'm your host Harrison Scullin, and today I'll be discussing McLintock from 1963. Some essential movie details from the film's IMDb page. Although often seen as simply a knockabout Western comedy, John Wayne also intended the film to be a statement of his own political views. His disapproval of the negative representation of Indians in previous Westerns he had no control over, and his disapproval of wife-beating and marital abuse from either spouse. Alright, so now we get to my thoughts on the film itself. So the plot, I gave it a 2 out of 5. You know, despite John Wayne insisting and all of that, I just thought it was a really dumb plot. You know, to me, it kind of loses its way halfway through. And, you know, at first, it's a story of pilgrims trying to get along with the already established townsfolk and all that. But to me, it seems they couldn't decide if they wanted to do all-out comedy, all-out Western, or romantic comedy. I don't know. It felt very mixed. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense. I was not a fan of it. You know, and it's supposed to be played for laughs, but I didn't like the scene where, I don't remember his name, but the boyfriend of John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara's character, their daughter, her boyfriend starts beating her with a little shovel for a fireplace. I was like, what the heck is going on? It didn't make any sense at all. And then John Wayne doing the same thing at the end. I didn't like it very much. Now, I get he said he was trying to make it as a statement, and that's fine. But to me, it didn't feel like that. It just felt kind of weird and random, and I didn't like it very much. And it did not help the plot at all. In fact, it just made it awkward and weird when that happened. So that's why I gave it a 2 out of 5. Okay, in regards to the acting, I gave it a 3 out of 5. I thought it was fine. You know, John Wayne, he's fine. But I really did not like Maureen O'Hara in this. I usually really like her. Like, she's fantastic in Miracle on 34th Street. But in this one, she's loud, annoying. It gets old real fast. I'm not a fan of it. And I also didn't like the actor I was mentioning earlier, the boy who falls in love with John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara's daughter. I can't remember his name. I think it's Patrick Wayne or something like that. But I didn't like him very much either. I love how he doesn't even really have a costume. His hair is literally a pompadour from the 60s. Like, they didn't even try with him. I don't know. He wasn't a very good actor either. I think just all around, the cast is just okay. I mean, yeah, it had some funny and silly moments, but no, it was alright. Alright, in regards to directing, I gave that a 3 out of 5. I thought it was same thing, okay, not great. It seems to me he didn't really know which direction he wanted to go. Like I was mentioning, sometimes it feels like a Western, kind of a serious one. Sometimes it feels like a romantic comedy. Other times it's just a screwball comedy. Or not screwball, slapstick comedy, you know. It feels like he didn't really know what direction to go with it. And it seems the cast didn't really know either. Like, at the beginning, John Wayne we kind of take seriously. You know, he's this big rancher and owns this big property. But then by the end, he's kind of a bumbling doofus. He's constantly drunk. And it's like, what is going on? So that's why I gave it 3 out of 5. For cinematography and special effects, I gave it a 4 out of 5. I actually thought it was really nice, really beautiful. But I don't think it's enough to really save the movie. You know, I love the outdoor scenery. Like many Westerns, they were really out in Monument Valley or Utah or wherever it was they were at. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautifully shot. But again, they couldn't really decide what they wanted to be, so yeah. There was a funny scene where there's like a big mud fight, and that was fine. It was fun, it looked like, and but I don't know, man. This was a really rough movie to get through. It took me a couple sittings. Alright, in regards to the music, I gave that a 3 out of 5. That was okay, not great. Some of it was that stupid 60s xylophone music I just can't stand. If you've seen movies from the 60s, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a mixture of jazz music, but it has like xylophones. And, oh, I hate it so much. I hate that music. So, yeah, I did not like it. The music that was more Western was fine. The more orchestral and whatnot, I thought that was fine, but I could not stand the xylophone music. Alright, so tallying that all up, that brings my Letterboxd score to a 3 out of 5. So would I recommend this movie? No, not really. While it looks beautiful and the scenery is fantastic, the set pieces are incredible, especially the trains, those are really cool. The story is very bland and mediocre, it doesn't make any sense. And it suffers from an image problem. They weren't sure what they were trying to do with it, it seems. Alright, well those are my thoughts on McLintock from 1963. Thank you all so much for listening to today's episode. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Really Old Movies, where I discuss details about the week's particular film. New podcast episodes are released Saturdays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Alright, thank you so much. This has been Really Old Movies. I'm your host, Harrison Scullin. Take care.